What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Poke Office. My name is Colin. It's official. Black Bolt and White Flare are out. It came out yesterday as of the time I'm recording this. And so now Scarlet and Violet Era is over. It's time to officially rank every set. And here is how we're going to divvy it up. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. I have all of the Scarlet and Violet sets listed on the left-hand side of the spreadsheet, and there's some categories we're going to talk about. Most fun is going to be out a score of total of 5. Pull rates, score of 5. Depth, so how deep a Pokemon set is, out of 5. The best chase card is going to be out of 5. And then set value. I took this from TCG Player earlier today. I recognize Black Bolt and White Flare are a little bit over the top right now based on how new they are, but set value also going to be out of 5. That's going to give us a total of 25 that a set can score. And then we're going to put it into the tier maker. So greater than 23 you have to get in order to be S tier, greater than 20 in order to be B or A tier, greater than 17 for B tier, greater than 10 for C tier, and then you have D tier. This is my last attempt at the tier maker rankings. So I had 151 Destined Rivals, Paldean Fates as greater than 23 apparently in S tier, but I didn't have these numbers associated. We'll see how accurate I was last time I did this. Prismatic, Twilight, Paldea, Surging, and Journey together greater than 20. I think we're going to change that around a little bit. Temporal Forces in that to B tier slot. Paradox, Scarlet Violet, Stellar Crown in the C tier, and Obsidian and Shrouded Fable in D tier. But before we get into it, here's what I want to show you. PokeNotify now has PokeNotify Emporium. So you can let PokeNotify sell your graded cards for you live on Drip. And here is their payout. This is a post just a day ago on Instagram. So if the item sells for $3,000 or more, you get 95%. Item sells for $1,000 to $3,000, you get 93%. Item sells for $100 to $999, you get 90%. And item sells for under 100%, you get 90% minus $5. So that's pretty decent considering eBay fees are like 13 to 14%. Whatnot fees are 11%. Alt fee is 9 to 14%. So if you don't want to go through your work, I don't know about you, but when I run a claim sale, it is like an all-day affair in the Facebook group or online. Like, it's busy dealing with packaging your cards, making sure the payment comes through, all this stuff. So if you want a consignment, PokeNotify is doing it for you. Currently with graded cards, I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing it with singles as well. So not a bad option if you don't want to deal with the work, and really, really fair consignment fees. So go check that out. It's PokeNotify. I'll leave a link down below in the description. Let's get started with this ranking. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to talk about set by set. So we'll start with Scarlet and Violet base set. And let's go back all the way to the beginning of Scarlet and Violet Era. Scarlet and Violet base set came out. It was just after Crown Zenith. The silver borders were hard to get used to. There's some good cards in Scarlet and Violet base set. You got the Gardevoir line, which I think is really, really cool. It kind of introduced us to this trilogy aspect of the Pokemon cards where you had the Ralts, the Kirlia, and the Gardevoir all telling a story, and I absolutely think that's spectacular. There was the Miriam. That was the big chase card early on, if you remember that. And some other cool cards. It was just different. There was the Great Tusk, the Iron Treads. So different. Fun-wise, it's hard to put it into perspective because I actually really enjoy opening up Scarlet and Violet base set. I know, shocker, Colin likes opening Pokemon cards. But back at the time when I was opening Scarlet and Violet base set a decent amount, it wasn't up there because we had just come off of Crown Zenith. We had just come off of Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, which I really enjoyed. So out of fun, Scarlet and Violet base set, and here's one caveat as well. Fun, I think Pokemon cards in general are a lot of fun. So it's not like I'm calling Scarlet and Violet base set 1 out of 5 in fun. That means that it's like not fun at all. Recognize that 1 out of 5 still means I love opening Pokemon cards. 5 out of 5 means, wow, this set absolutely slaps in terms of how much fun it is. So Scarlet and Violet base set, I'm going to give it a 2. I think it's fine. I don't think it's like out there with the best sets. I don't think I'm going to like crave opening up Scarlet and Violet base set anytime soon, but I certainly think there's worse sets to open than Scarlet and Violet base sets. So that's how we're dealing with it. In terms of pull rates, the first couple sets out of Scarlet and Violet era were very, very generous. So I like the pull rates a lot out of these first sets. I think I'll probably give this one like I'm tempted to give it a 3 or a 4. I might change my mind, but I'm going to give it a 4 right off the bat. The pull rates were pretty generous in the early goings of Scarlet and Violet era. Depth, this is where Scarlet and Violet base set I think actually really shines. Like if we look at TCG player for a second, and we'll go by rarity here. So got the uncommons. I want to go down to the more ultra rares and special illustration rares. So you have Arvin, you have the Gardevoir, which is a really, really good card. The Great Tusk actually is a really cool card, even though it's like the Pokemon is fine. Iron Treads, not my favorite. Jacques is okay. The Koraidon and the Miraidon, both very, very cool cards. The Miriam was the fan favorite right out of the gate. The Penny is okay. The Spidops was like so cheap early on, which is crazy. But I want to show the depth is in the illustration rares. You have Armor Rouge, which is a really, really cool card. There's some great illustration rares in Scarlet and Violet base set. Bombardier, I feel like I've pulled that card more than any other one. Clauncher, Dolive, Dondozo, the Drowsy became really popular for a short period of time. It's back down to earth now. But then Fido, Grievard, King Gambit, Kirlia, the Ralts is also cool. The Pachirisu is a really, really stunning card. The Riolu I really like. Of course, the Ralts is cool. Sandile, really, really good. And the Slowpoke, that's the other standout one for me. I think is a very, very cool artwork. So there's lots to love about Scarlet and Violet base set. So depth, I'm going to start it as a 4. I don't think it's like the most deep set, but I think it's really, really solid. Best chase cards now as the other score. That one, you know, there's no real chase card. It's the Gardevoir right now. Of course, the Miriam is the chase as well, and there was that Drowsy. I'm going to give this one, it's either a 1 or a 2. I'm going to be generous for now. We might have to change our minds. After we're done dealing with all these, I'll actually go through and rank these as set values. So Paldea Evolved, next up. Most fun. I absolutely am thrilled with Paldea Evolved. I always have been. I liked it right out of the gate. I love the trilogies of Fuecoco and Sprigatito and Quaxley moving into their next evolutions and then into the special illustration rare final evolutions of their evolution line. I think that's brilliant. Of course, we saw the Magikarp go up from like a $20 card. Now it's in the mid 200s. Which is just wild, but there's some really good other special illustration rares. You got the Chi-Yu, you got the Chien Pao, you have the Tinglu, you have the I'm missing on some of them. But then you have the illustration rares as well. Baxcalibur is really, really cool. The Magikarp, of course. So fun-wise, I still love opening up Paldea Evolved. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a really, really, really fun set. I don't think it's the funnest set. I don't think funnest is actually a word, but I could be wrong. Pull rates, again, it's generous. Pull rates are pretty solid. Sometimes you can get 2 special illustration rares out of a booster box. Oftentimes you'll get a special illustration rare and a gold card and 3 to 4 illustration rares. I think that's really, really solid. So I'm happy with it. Depth, we should just look at TCG player again here. So similar to Scarlet and Violet base set, we have quite a bit of depth in Paldea Evolved here. So lots of ultra rares. It's a big set. Special illustration rares, there's quite a few. Boss's Orders, Chi-Yu, Chien Pao, Dendra, Giacomo. The Grusha is really, really cool, except that it's a dude. I forgot to mention the Iono. This was the big chase card out of the gate. For a long time, it was a $100 card or more. Now it's $50. The Meowscarada is really cool. Quackable isn't my favorite line in the world, but still a cool looking card. The Skeledirge actually is a really cool card. I like that. Ooh, and I forgot about the Squawkabilly. For how cheap this card is, this is a great looking card. The artwork is really, really cool. And I really like the Tinkaton line as well. Very, very cool stuff. But we'll go down to the illustration rares, and there's a bunch of them in this set too. Like, look at the list, just goes on and on and on and on. Of course, we have the Magikarp, which is great. The Marill also is really good. And the Mousehold, also a really, really cool card. So tons of depth in this set. I actually think I might have to give Paldea Evolved a 5 in terms of depth. I think it is a very, very deep set. There's a lot of great cards that you can pull from opening a booster pack. And best chase cards, the Magikarp. It has proven itself as one of the biggest chases. It's proven itself as one of the most expensive chases, and it's so hard to grade in a 10. So I think that's really up there. Is it a 4? Is it a 5? I mean, I'm thinking about Prismatic Evolutions. That's why I don't think I can give Paldea Evolved a 5. I think it's got to be a 4. 5 has to be like the best of the best. Is Magikarp the best of the best? You tell me if you disagree. Next, we're moving on to Obsidian Flames, and I know this is a bit longer of a video, but I really wanted to go into detail on this one and just like kind of discuss my thoughts about each and every set. Obsidian Flames, fun-wise, this is where it kind of started going downhill for me in Scarlet and Violet Era, and that is, again, to say with a caveat that I still love opening Pokemon cards. I still enjoy Obsidian Flames, just not my favorite set. It's a little bit smaller, doesn't have the depth around, and for me, that's what makes a Pokemon set fun. I want the chase. I don't know. And Charizard, like, it's just a little bit overdone. And this is coming from a guy that I'm wearing a Charmander t-shirt. He's on my logo. I love the Charmander line. I love the Charizard chase usually. But Obsidian Flames was just, it didn't hit right. So most fun, I'm going to give this one like a 2. I actually like Scarlet and Violet base set better. But I don't think Obsidian Flames is a 1 in terms of fun. I think it's more than that. Pull rates, again, it's generous. These first couple sets has to be good. Obsidian Flames doesn't have the depth. It doesn't. It doesn't have, I think there's only 12 illustration rares in Obsidian Flames. The Ninetales is great. The Cleffa is really good, and the Gloom is really good. I actually like the Houndour as well. So there's some good cards, but it just doesn't have it all. I mean, I remember watching PokeRev back in the day when Obsidian Flames was out, and that was at the time when he used to do these like big long live streams where he tried to complete a set in a single go. But in the first week of him opening Obsidian Flames, he had basically completed the set already. So I just don't like that. I think it's got to be like a 1 or a 2. Am I gonna give a 1? No, that just can't be. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that much of a critic. I'm sorry. You could disagree with me down in the comments below for sure. Best chase card, it's got to be a 2 as well. Like, the Charizard is not the greatest chase for me. It's fine. It's nothing special. Look at the set value. We're not even there yet, but 232 just doesn't have it for me. But now we're on to one of my favorite sets, Scarlet and Violet 151. Okay, so this is interesting because I am a 90s kid. I grew up loving the initial Pokemon. The 151 originals are amazing. Most fun. I'm doing it. I'm giving it a 5. I absolutely love 151. I have never not loved opening 151, and to this day, I still do not get bored of opening 151, even though I've pulled all the cards probably by now, and I'm privileged. I get to open up a lot of Pokemon cards, but 151 never disappoints for me. I really thoroughly enjoy it. In terms of pull rates, it always seemed fair. It felt like a little bit maybe of a drop compared to the first 3 sets. I don't know if the data actually backs this up because I'm kind of just going on a whim in my opinion based on this stuff. But pull rates felt fairly generous still. I'm still going to keep with the 4 because if I remember correctly, Paradox Rift is when the pull rates started to take a nosedive a little bit. Depth. Here's a little discussion point for you. Scarlet and Violet 151. It has all the nostalgia in the world. I love that they did the original trio: Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. Love that. I also love the Alakazam. I love the Zapdos, but I think they could have done more. Imagine if Scarlet and Violet 151 was like Black Bolt and White Flare, where every Pokemon got an illustration rare, and then there was still some really great special illustration rares. That's where the disappointment comes. Knowing what I know now, Scarlet and Violet 151 could have been next level. Like, it could have been 5s across the board here, and it didn't quite do it. Hence, I'm not giving it a perfect 5. I'm giving it a 4. And in terms of chase cards, this is the Charizard that I love chasing. But also, it has the Demigod packs, which is really, really cool. I mean, It's got to be, right? Best chase cards. Chase cards have to have something to do with value as well. That's my opinion. So I love the fact that the Charizard is a big chase. But I love pulling the Blastoise. I love pulling the Venusaur, the Zapdos. I mean, none of the SIRs disappoint. So I like it. We're moving on to Paradox Rift. This is where things started to get really interesting, because if you were around in Pokemon back then, you know that Paradox Rift didn't hit quite the same as others in terms of like market trends and in terms of the general population loving Pokemon. Paradox Rift was like, we were up here with 151 and now we took a nosedive a little bit. So Paradox Rift, I think the set is really fun. There's some good cards. There's the Groudon. There's the Roaring Moon. I really like the Iron Valiant. The Altaria is really good too. I thought the Garchomp was a little bit disappointing in terms of special illustration rares. We'll take a look at TCG Player in a second when we talk about best chase cards. But most fun, this is when the opinions of people started coming in. It's like Paradox Rift, this isn't that good. Scarlet Violet Era sucks, you know. I mean, it was kind of all through here, except 151, the hype was real. Paradox Rift, most fun. I'm going to give it a 3. See, already that... this is so hard to do on a whim, but we're having fun with it. Most fun. Is Paradox Rift more fun than Scarlet Violet base set and Obsidian Flames? Yeah, it is. I would rather open Paradox Rift than Scarlet Violet base set and Obsidian Flames, so I'm giving it a 3. Pull rates, this is where it started to get a little bit different. And I still thought that Paradox Rift was fine. The early on goings, when on the live stream we were opening Paradox Rift, it felt fair. Like you were still opening a special illustration rare. I want to say most booster boxes had one. Maybe I'm blinded by recency bias, but I want to say that most booster boxes in Paradox Rift have a special illustration rare. I don't think it was as generous as base set Paldea Evolved and Obsidian Flames was. So I'm going to knock it down a notch. In terms of depth, let's go to TCG Player. So we got the special illustration rares. The Altaria is a really great card. I don't love the Garchomp. The Goldango is really cool. Golisopod actually really cool for a cheaper SIR. Same with Iron Hands, a cool card. I really like this card, and I thought it would do a little bit better in the market price. It's only $21, which is crazy. Mela, I don't really care about the supporter cards usually. Personally, same with Parasol Lady, Professor Sada's Vitality, and then Professor Turo's Scenario. They're all fine, but it's nothing special. Same with Rika. But the Roaring Moon, this was the big chase card early on. It was a $100 card all day long. Now it's only $38. Like, it makes me want to buy up some of this card because that's a really, really clean card for only $38. Even the Sandy Shocks, like, I bought a couple copies of this for like $2 and $3 early on, which is just nuts. And then the Tapu Koko, also an absolutely amazing looking card. It looks really, really good. And then, of course, we got the Tulip to finish it off. But if we scroll down to illustration rares, quite a deep set. We got Aegislash, Apom, Blitzel. I don't need to read them all off, but a few of the standout ones for me. I've pulled this Cyclizar like a million times, it feels like. The picture's not coming up. There it goes. Gimmighoul is really, really cool. I like that it pairs up with the Goldango. The Groudon is the big chase card, of course. It would have been really cool if they made this a special illustration rare. I love the colors in the Iron Jugulus. And what else is there? The Minior as well. It has that same kind of color art style, and I really, really like it. The Minun and the Plusle is really, really cool. And then, of course, the Morpeko is a really cool card as well. All three of those are actually holding some value, 19, 18, and 20, which is nice. The Steelix also is a bigger hitting card, which is kind of cool. So there's a few of the standouts. Veltal also is a really, really good one. I mean, there's a reason why the expensive ones, they're the ones that hit hard, right? So I think the depth of Paradox Rift is actually quite good. It's just that no one likes the set. So can I give it the same depth as 151 and Scarlet and Violet base set? I mean, I don't think I can. It doesn't have the cards that people want, which is interesting. And best chase cards, it has that Groudon, which is a good card. Is it better than the Charizard from Obsidian Flames? Is it better than the Gardevoir? Arguably. These are some spicy takes, eh? Hopefully you're enjoying the content so far. If you are, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. This is the longest video I've done in a long time, but we're really taking our time here. So, next, Paldean Fates. I mean, it's immediate. It's a 5. Paldean Fates was so much fun. I absolutely love Paldean Fates in terms of fun. The pull rates, also epic. Holy smokes. This is where the conversation gets interesting. I've given out 2 5s to Paldean Fates already. Depth. In some ways, you could say that it has crazy amounts of depth because it has all the baby shinies. Like there's 100 of them. In other ways, the only big chase cards you're looking for are the Charizard, SIR, the Bubble Mew, and the Gardevoir. So I really don't know where to put the number on this one. I'm going to give it a 3. That just seems so harsh to me, but I think it's right. It doesn't have the depth. Paradox Rift has better depth than Paldean Fates in terms of like cool cards that you can pull, because the baby shinies ultimately, they're really fun, but I don't know if they're deep. Does that make sense? I don't know. Best chase card. Can I give this one a 5? It's definitely a 4. It depends how many 5s I want to give out on best chase cards, because I may as well just put it there. Prismatic Evolution has the chase cards of chase cards, right? I mean, and there's probably some 5s down here as well, and arguably Destined Rivals. Ooh, this is hard. Okay, Paldean Fates, I'm giving it a 4. The Bubble Mew, no, I have to give it a 5. That Bubble Mew is a huge chase card. Goodness sakes. This is so hard. I'm having too much fun with it. Hopefully you are too. Temporal Forces, we got to keep going here. Temporal Forces, most fun. This is where rubber really meets the road. The pull rates are absolutely disastrous for me in this. I'm giving it a 2. A 2 for Temporal Forces. Most fun. This opening day live stream on the channel here for Temporal Forces was so tough. So tough. Like 2 SIRs out of a booster box case. And I still don't love the set because of it. That initial, like my first impression of Temporal Forces was a tough one. Depth, I think it's really good. Does it have more depth than Paradox Rift? In terms of special illustration rares, the Gouging Fire is a good card. I don't love the Iron Boulder. The Iron Crown is a great card. Iron Leaves is a cool card. Morty's Conviction, a cool card. Raging Bolt, a cool card as the chase card. Walking Wake, there's some good ones, hey? In terms of illustration rares, there's a lot of them. I just don't know if it has the depth of cards that we actually want to see. The Metagross is a really cool card. Sawsbuck and Deerling make a really cool combo. The Minccino also is okay. I don't mind it. And the Ghastly. That's a good looking card as well. So there's some. I don't know if it's amazing, though. That's the problem. So I think this is going to tie. It's going to be a 3. I don't think it's amazing. I don't think it's bad either. Best chase card, you got the Ghastly, you have the Iron Crown, and the Raging Bolt EX Special Illustration Rare, which is fine. I don't think it's anything spectacular. Is Raging Bolt better than Groudon? Is it better than the Charizard from 151? See, like, I think it's just average all the way around. Average all the way around. This seems crazy to me. It might be S tier. Paldean Fates. I'm okay with it. Twilight Masquerade. Here's the most interesting thing, in my opinion, is that Twilight Masquerade was not hyped at all. People thought that it was going to not be very fun because it had the ogre pawns, and no one really liked those very much. But I just had a blast opening Twilight Masquerade. It was surprising, and this was like the first time I went to Card Party. Card Party 2 was, I want to say, 2 to 3 weeks after Twilight Masquerade released, maybe a month, and everyone was going for it. I had a great time searching for Twilight Masquerade cards at Card Party 2 down in Orlando, Florida. So most fun, it's got to be up there for me. I think it's going to be a 4. I really, really, really enjoy opening up Twilight Masquerade. The pull rate's kind of tough. I want to give it like a 3. It was better than Temporal Forces. We hit the Greninja on opening day live stream on the Poke Office, which is super, super fun, which is probably like, that's the main reason why this pull rate stuff is happening. Heck, I still don't think I've ever pulled the Iron Crown from Temporal Forces, which is crazy. But Twilight Masquerade pull rates are tough, but not impossible from my perspective. The depth also is like kind of intermediate. It's got the Greninja, so it's got a great chase card. I think I'm going to do that one first. That's going to be a 4. It's not my favorite chase card, but it's still a huge chase card. The Greninja. In terms of other stuff, you got the Blood Moon Ursaluna, you have the Ogre Pawns. The Perrin card is really good. The Carmine card is really good. So there's some really cool special illustration rares. What is there? There's the Eevee, which is a big chase card. I like that one a lot. This Frostlass, we always say Frost slaps because it slaps. The Hisuian Growlithe is a cool looking card. I like the Chansey as well. I like the Applin. So there's some good cards. It doesn't have a ton to it though. So I'm also going to give that one a 3. I think it's just medium, which, man, I'm being tough on these sets, it feels like, but yeah, you got to let me know down in the comments. Shrouded Fable, the most hated Pokemon set in Scarlet and Violet Era. Most fun? Is it a 1? I think everyone's going to hate me if I don't say that it's a 1. I still like opening it, but I get it. It's not as fun. Pull rates, they were middle of the road. I could give it a 2 even. I still, my perspective based on Temporal Forces, like, I actually need to give Temporal Forces a 1, to be honest with you. The pull rates are so bad. I'm going to give Shrouded Fable a 2. I don't think I had a great time opening Shrouded Fable either. It was kind of tough. Depth, no, it doesn't. 2. Actually, it's a 1. It has to be. Shrouded Fable is going to be D tier. I have to do it. And best chase cards, what is there? There's the Pheasantipity, which is big. The Earthen Vessel gold card. Ew. I mean, it is what it is. I actually don't even mind the set, but it deserves 1s, and pull rates being a 2. I get it. We're going to move on. Stellar Crown. Okay, most fun? No. It's got to be a 2. It's better than Shrouded Fable. I still don't love Stellar Crown in terms of fun. Pull rates, they felt fine. It felt like it gave a little bit back finally. Like it started to be on the upward trend, so I'm going to give it a 3. Depth, this is my problem. There's not a ton of depth to Stellar Crown. I personally just do not like the smaller Pokemon sets. I like the big Pokemon sets. So this one is kind of tied with Obsidian Flames for me. It's a 2. You got the sometimes cool special illustration rares, the Galvantula and the Terapagos, which are okay. You got the Daxbun, and you got the, what's the other one? Hydrapple. They're fine. I actually like all of them, but where is the rest of it? Where is the Lapras special illustration rare, for goodness sakes? That's the biggest annoyance for me. And in terms of chase card, what is it? I think it's still the Terapagos, so it doesn't have a good chase card at all. It's got to be a 2. Stellar Crown, not looking good, but that's okay. Surging Sparks, that's where it all started exploding. Surging Sparks, and there's a reprint coming of Surging Sparks for booster boxes and booster bundles, based on some knowledge I have, which is good. It's needed. Surging Sparks, most fun? That's a tough one. I was really, really pumped to open Surging Sparks when it came out. I want to say it's like middle ground. It's not my favorite set to open, but it is a decent amount of fun. Pull rates felt fair but tough. I'm going to give it a 3 as well. Fair but tough. I think lately pull rates have felt fair but tough. Depth, I think Surging Sparks does a pretty solid job. Let's take a look at TCG Player really quick. So for special illustration rares, we got the Executor, which is an okay card. You got my favorite Pokemon, Archaludon. Clement's Quick Wit, Drayton, Durant. I actually think this is a really cool card that they can stack together. I like that quite a bit. The Hydreigon is really, really cool card. I like that. Jasmine's Gaze is okay. The Latias, of course, is a great looking card. Lycia's Appeal, also a good looking card. Melodic is a good looking card. And Pikachu, another good looking card. So there's some good cards for special illustration rares. And illustration rares, what is the standout? The Ceruledge is a really, really good looking card. I like that one a lot. I like that the Phoebus kind of pairs with the Melodic, which is okay. The Latios, of course, is a big hitter card, but that's kind of it, is it? Yeah, there's not much else that I really love in terms of illustration rares. So where does that put it on the depth chart? I'd say it's like the special illustration rares are good. Is it better than Paldean Fates and Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade? I think it's got to be the same. It's fine, but it's nothing spectacular. Best chase cards, it's got the Pikachu, which in terms of chase cards is a huge card. Like it's a $266 card based on what TCG Player was just saying. However, it seems like no one loves that Pikachu card. Do you understand? Like everyone I ever talked to, it's like no one's thrilled about that Pikachu card, even though it holds a lot of value and it's a really, really cool chase card. I think people are almost more thrilled with the Latias, even though it's not as valuable. So I think this one's also got to be a 3. Like it's good, but it's not spectacular. I don't know. Let me know if you agree with that one down in the comments below. Prismatic Evolutions. This one is going to be spicy. Most fun. How do you determine fun? Because, my goodness, pulling some of the top chase cards out of Prismatic is hella fun. But getting absolutely throttled by Prismatic is 0 amounts of fun. Like, it's either a 3 or a 4 for me. I can't decide. I feel like just knowing my overall opinion of Prismatic Evolution and knowing that based on my tier, to be S tier has to be greater than 23. Like, I can't give it a 3, otherwise it's already doomed. So this has got to be a 4. Pull rates, it's not S tier for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Like, it's got to be a 2. Pull rates are so tough. And the Pokeball Master Ball combo just doesn't do it for me. It was exciting right off the bat, and now opening Prismatic, it doesn't make any difference anymore. Like, it's just boring. The Pokeballs and Master Balls are boring to me. Depth, 32 special illustration rares. That has a ton of depth. However, what I will say is I detest that there's no illustration rares in Prismatic Evolution. If Prismatic Evolution had illustration rares as well as the 32 special illustration rares, I would give this a 10 out of 5, honestly. But I can't. It's got to be like, this is spicy. It's got to be a 3. It's special illustration rare or bust. There's no depth to the set at all, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, what is that? 9, 11, 14. And so it's going to be a 19. It's going to not even make it to A tier based on my rankings. I might have to give it a 6 out of 5 on set value just because of how expensive it is. Yikes. All right, we're almost done. Journey Together. Most fun. I actually really enjoyed opening Journey Together. It was a nice change of pace. But it's not like the top of the top in terms of fun for me. So I'm going to give it a 3. It's fine. Pull rates actually seemed pretty solid for Journey Together for me. Like, lots of the boxes were getting 13 to 15 hits out of a booster box, so I'm totally okay with that. I didn't think they were spectacular by any means, but I thought that it was pretty fair. Like, I think we're on the right trend. In terms of my perspective in pull rates, started off really, really good. It slowly got down, and then it started bouncing back up. So I think we're on the right trajectory. Depth, Journey Together is another small set, which I don't particularly love. However, there's some okay cards. Like, I mean, no, I'm trying to justify it as a good set, but Journey Together is small. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it. I'm going to give this one a 2, I think. Is Journey Together better than Stellar Crown? No, I think it's a tie. I think it's a tie. Best chase cards, Lily's Clefairy. It's a really, really good chase card. I like it a lot more than I thought I would. I think it's a couple in the mid $100 range. So it's definitely like, see, I gave Surging Sparks a 3. Journey Together can't be better than Surging Sparks, can it? Like, but it's not an Obsidian Flames and Scarlet Violet base set bad. It's got to be a 3. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we're on to Destined Rivals. This is maybe another spicy take, but I adore Destined Rivals. I think it's the best main series set of Scarlet Violet Era, and it's not even close. So I'm giving it a 5. I loved opening it. I really did. Pull rates felt very fair. I think it's a Journey Together style pull rates. getting lots of 13 to even 16 hits per booster box, which I'm totally fine with. In terms of depth, I think this is another one, like, this is going to be up there for me. I don't know how I agree with these numbers, but I'm just spouting off nonsense, which is fine. Depth. Is this I gave Paldea Evolved a 5. Let's take a look at TCG Player really quick. Okay, for special illustration rares, they're really good. Cynthia's Garchomp is spectacular. Ethan's Adventure, spectacular. Ethan's Ho-Ho, even more spectacular. I said Ho-Ho instead of Ho-Oh. But these are fine. Team Rocket's Giovanni actually is a pretty cool looking card. Team Rocket's Mewtwo, I've said this before, I don't even love this card, but pulling it is spectacular. Like, it's so much fun getting the Mewtwo card. And then Team Rocket's Moltres, another spectacular card. Nidoking, really, really good. And Yanmega, like, I'm not even mad about it. I like the card a lot. So, yes, depth in special illustration rares. In illustration rares, this one is tough for me. I think it's not the best, but it's certainly good. Like, I really like the Blaziken. I think it's a good-looking card. Cynthia's Roserade is a good card. Ethan's Typhlosion is a great card. Misty's Psyduck, a great card. Misty's Lapras, a great card. Kangaskhan, okay. Hydrapple, okay. And then there's a few that I don't particularly love either. So that's where I'm like kind of weighing my options. There's some great cards and there's some ones that I don't love. I think I got to give this a 5. It's really good. It's really good. Black Bolt and White Flare, they have to be 5s, right? Like, there's so much depth. 156 illustration rares, for goodness sakes. I should actually combine these, to be honest, but I didn't, so I won't. Most fun, this is where it gets tough because it just came out. I'm, again, fortunate enough that I've already opened up probably like 500 packs in between the both of them. And out of those 500-something packs, only one special illustration rare came. So it was hard to keep the energy up on the live stream the other night. My goodness. Like, I got to give it a 3. I'm going to do these together. Pull rates, I mean, illustration rares come like, yeah, it's 1 out of every 6, so that's generous. But special illustration rares, I didn't even sniff a black and white rare. Goodness sakes. So that was pretty tough. The depth is real, though, for sure. Okay, here's where we're at. We have set value. I'm going to start at the top. Prismatic Evolutions is a 6 out of 5. Black Bolt and White Flare right now are 5s out of 5. Destined Rivals, like, now we're into the next of it. Destined Rivals has to be the top. Like, if I gave Prismatic a 6, Destined Rivals has to be a 5. Same with Paldean Fates. It's got to be a 5. And then the other one above 1,000 is Surging Sparks, so I guess it's got to be a 5. I'm going to say the next couple, so like 151 is going to be a 4. And same with Twilight Masquerade, 947, so that's okay. Then we're down to the like 600, 700 Temporal Forces, so I think that's going to be a 3. Anything above 6 is going to be a 3. All right. And then we're at a 2, 2, 2, and Obsidian Flames is the 1. Interesting. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sum this all up. So we got this, comma, that. 14, and we're going to autofill the rest of it. Oh, man. Okay, we're just going to go back and forth here. Okay, so Scarlet and Violet base set was a 14. So it's in that C tier. Next, Paldea Evolved is a 20. Paldea Evolved is, it should be greater or equal to 20. So that's okay. All right. Obsidian Flames 11, Scarlet and Violet 151 is 21. So Obsidian Flames is, there we go, and 151 right there. Okay, we're next on to Paradox Rift 15, Paldean Fates 23. Yikes. What was Paradox Rift? I think it's right here. Yeah, 15. Okay, Temporal Forces is a 12 and Twilight is 18. Temporal Forces 12, Twilight Masquerade 18. Oh boy. Shrouded Fable 7, Stellar Crown 11. Shrouded Fable 7, Stellar Crown 11. Okay. Surging Sparks 17, Prismatic 20. Surging Sparks 17, Prismatic 20. 15 and 24. Journey Together is 15. And Destined Rivals 24. And 21 for Black Bolt and White Flare. That's the final rankings, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, goodness sakes, it's been a long video. So, Paldean Fates and Destined Rivals are my top two based on the scoring. In the A tier, Paldea Evolved 151, Prismatic Evolutions, Black Bolt, and White Flare. Greater than 17, so this is B tier, Twilight Masquerade, Surging Sparks, and then the rest, other than Shrouded Fable, which is the bottom level, the rest are Scarlet and Violet base set, Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, Journey Together, Stellar Crown. You know what? I actually don't mind the way that turned out one bit. If anything, if this represents the best investments 5 to 10 years from now, the only thing that could get it different is like 151 has the nostalgia factor. Same with Black Bolt and White Flare. Prismatic Evolutions has the EV factor. So that's how these ones would jump up to the next level. But in terms of what I know, Destined Rivals has the nostalgia factor in terms of having Team Rocket stuff. Paldean Fates, just look at what Hidden Fates is doing in the market right now. There's something about the shiny sets that seem to do really, really good. So these ones all, like, I think we could probably have scored the spreadsheet differently. Like, is fun the same amount to score as pull rates, the same amount to score as depth, the same amount to score as chase cards, or maybe set value is more important, right? Like, we could change the scoring around to make it a little bit different. But overall, I'm not upset about how that turned out. This is the longest video I think I've ever done. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, letting me know what do you think about the list that we just created here. And tell me your list as well, if you don't mind, if you made it this far in the video, for goodness sakes. And other than that, yeah, appreciate you all, and I will see you again really soon. Peace!